Moving on to more stories, stakeholders have said that effective management of the tax system is the major solution to shore up the value of Naira. They argue that the establishment of the Independent Revenue Inspectorate Agency of Nigeria, IRIAN, will generate over 40 billion US dollars, which is over 50 trillion naira in the present dollar rate per annum, and will enable Nigeria to integrate into the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development and UNDP tax inspectors. Without borders, automatic information sharing against illicit financial flow, transfer pricing, base erosion, and all manner of international tax fraud.
Challenges involving tax system, especially as regarding Nigeria, is actually enormous in the sense that Nigeria as a country will lack what is called database of businesses, database of firms or industries that operates either as cottage or as secondary form of industry. We lack the data. So that is the number one basic problem that could confront tax system in Nigeria. If you want to really look at it in an holistic way, you will discover that our tax system is more or less irrational. We are supposed to have a database of how many industry operates in a particular, maybe a state or a local government. So when you talk of problem confronting tax system, they are quite enormous because we don't have the knowledge of even the number of people we have as a country, the number of industries we have, the number of civil servants we have.
Tax receivers, those who stand in for the government, agent of government, who collect tax sometimes, siphon the money. So when the tax are collected from the people, and the social amenities and the little things that should be done for the average Nigerians are not done, then those tax collectors sometimes offer fake receipts. Some do not even offer receipts at all. And then at the end, we don't know where the tax, because the government will be crying that there is a SAP. That SAP is in between the government and the taxpayer. The receiver got the money, who are the intermediaries, and the tax got lost. Like the jam money of your country that was swallowed up some times ago in Benue State, but swallowed up by what? By snake. That is a very good one. But I wonder, because there is research, there are lots of snakes swallowing tax. It's a challenge. So when the tax does not reach the end, it will not meet with the objectives to be achieved.
According to them, the IRIAN proposed bill, which has passed second reading in the 10th Assembly, House of Representatives, with the title National Tax Crime and Oversight Commission, NTCOC, would surmount the current economic challenges Nigerians face.
For the Naira to be stabilized, the tax system that could be, applied is just the importer, the exporters, people, the contractors, make sure that they are legitimately taxed, and when they are taxed, the tax should be commensurate with what they import or what they export. People that have big industry, you make sure that what they pay is commensurate with what they produce or what they make in their industry. These are the areas that the government should seriously, especially the energy sector of the country, should be seriously looked into. And from there, you will discover that the Naira will be stabilized if those areas are sanitized.
When we are talking about Naira free fall, and I think tax is just a minute percentage of arresting Naira free fall, there are other greater things that can be done. Indebtedness, national indebtedness because of culture, national culture of borrowing, one. Number two, Africa should have their own currency that they can also unify and make it a point of general transaction, like the dollar. As long as the dollar continues to rule the whole currency in the world, nothing will happen better. We may not get any result about Naira free fall.
Additionally, the bill will seek to promote economic efficiency and effectiveness in administering the national tax system, detect data fraud, waste and abuse in the taxation programs and operations, and to protect the taxpayers' rights.
You don't, plan to regulate your currency, and then everything you want to do in the country is through importation. You want to eat, your citizen want to eat rice, you import it. Clothes, you import it. Shoe, you import it. Toothpick, you import it. Matches, you import it. And you want your economy to be stable. It won't be. Those that are producing those things, they have a way of controlling the economy. No matter the policies you put in place, it won't work. But if those things are well regulated, even though we can still import, but yet let there be serious production. When you produce, definitely the issue of Naira free fall, problem that everything will be a thing of the past, because the business arena will be stabilized, the Naira will be stabilized, and everything will work as expected. And before you know it, the crisis of free fall every day, dollar to Naira exchange, and the general problem in the economy will be a thing of the past.
You should first of all make sure that you provide the enabling environment where the people can sort out money and get money. That is increasing wealth, national wealth. How do you do this? Provide job. Everybody should be busy working, earning something. If you do not earn, can you contribute? It means your own share of the tax will not be there. So tax is not even the first thing the government of this nation should do to arrest free fall of Naira. It is to first of all look at those gray areas. What are the things responsible for the continual fall of Naira and the instability? The national borrowing culture of Nigerian government must be stopped. So if we continue to borrow and we are indebted to countries, those countries we are indebted to automatically become our masters. And when they become our masters, we are nothing than slaves. So they put much interest, and apart from that, they determine our currency and the strength of the currency by their dollars. They give conditions we can never meet. And as such, you will always see a Naira at the backbench.
They also reiterated that Nigeria lacked the requisite IT to tax the multinational corporations and the international citizens, especially Nigerians that own companies and businesses overseas. Further added that international taxes alone will give Nigeria over 40 billion US dollars, which is over 50 trillion naira in the present dollar rate per annum.